Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about something that I want to kind of issue a challenge to you about. We are going to talk a little bit about social media. I teach a class where we talk about the dangers of things that our kids are subjected to through technology. And so I want to issue a challenge for you. It's going to be a really short video, but what I want you to do is I want you to go through your kids' phones, if they have a smartphone, and their tablets, and find out what apps they have. You don't have to look at the apps. Just tell your kids, I just want to know what apps you have. I want you to write those down, and then next week we're going to talk about those apps. There's a couple that we need to be concerned about. Here's the thing, guys. I have always been terrified of someone taking my kids. I think that's any mother's worst fear, is your kids being snatched up. But I live in Ohio, and Toledo, Ohio is one of the main hubs for the sex trade in Ohio. And the town in which I live in is on the main traffic area for the sex trade in Ohio. So legitimately, there's reasons for me to be concerned. So with that being said, I'm sure you've heard of the terminology called grooming. And grooming is where someone comes on to social media or a video game, and they become friends with your child and basically start saying things that your child wants to hear. And you guys, it's terrifying. There was a lady in the UK. Her son played video games, and she was a very diligent mother. This is a terrible story, so I'm just going to give you a heads up before you. This is terrible, okay? She was very diligent. She would go in the room, and he had the ability to be able to play live on his video game, which meant that he could play against anyone else in the world, okay? So, he was playing against somebody else, and unbeknownst to her, this was a local young man, so someone who lived close to them. And this young man, when his mom would come in, this young man would, say, "Oh, hey, Mom," and, haha, fun and stuff like that. And eventually, over a period of like 18 months, he started to what they call groom this young man, where he would say, at first, "Oh, it's so cool that your mom checks on you, and it's so cool that your mom watches over you." And then eventually it got to the point where he was like, "You don't need to, your mom shouldn't be checking on you like this, and you deserve more privacy," and just saying things that started to feed that need within that child. So to sum up, this young man ended up being brutally murdered by this other young man. He was raped and murdered. The young man that was grooming him was 18, and the young man that was killed was 16 or 17. And this was in the UK. There's legitimate reasons for us to be concerned. Okay, so with that being said, I don't want you to, suddenly become a freak and take everything away, but what I want you to do is be informed. There's apps out there that are terrifying. I absolutely hate and love Snapchat. There's a feature on Snapchat where it scrunches your face and you can talk. And the girls at work and I play with it, and we laugh and giggle because it is fun, or you put the little things on and gives you little doe ears and, cute little stuff. But kids don't have the understanding that the pictures that they take that supposedly only last 6 or 12 seconds, yeah, Snapchat owns those pictures. Okay, so they think that those pictures are gone, but oh no, they're still there. And any other type of media, same thought process. Just because it supposedly goes away does not mean it went away. So we have to be diligent about what our kids are doing and being a part of, so that we understand and we're aware. Jonah, my son Jonah, loves Minecraft, or he did. He's kind of grown out of it a little bit. but he's liked Minecraft for a long time. I was absolutely mortified when I found out that there's a Minecraft porn site. So Jonah goes on YouTube and would search for people who are doing Minecraft tutorials, or they play the game and talk to you while they're playing. And what if he had accidentally stumbled upon that site? So the reason I'm sharing this all with you is because I want you to be aware of what your kids are doing. I want you to be aware of what they're a part of. And let me put this disclaimer out there. I am not by any means the most perfect parent when it comes to this. When my daughter was younger, we fought tooth and nail over these apps and everything. I've learned a lot since she was growing up, and I wish I had been better. I wish I had been more diligent. But with all of that being said, I don't want you to get down on yourself. I just want you to be aware. So there are several videos that I've watched that talk about apps that we should be concerned about, and next week I will do a video on those apps and tell you about them and let you know what they are and what you need to look for, because there are apps that can be hidden on your child's devices, and they can send private messages and pictures and you don't even know it's there. So we'll talk about that next week. And there's a possibility that someone is watching this who knows more than I do. So please know that, if you know something and there's something that we should all know, comment on it down here and let us know. So I'll check that out, and other moms and fathers, if they're watching, can check it out. But the only way that we can... Knowledge is our best tool when it comes to parenting in today's society. The vastness of social media and internet and all of those things is beyond what a lot of us understand. I mean, I literally am just now learning Snapchat, and I've heard several young people say, "Oh, Snapchat, I'm so over Snapchat." So it's going out. And then I was on Instagram the other day and I saw these people going, "We're going to try this thing that doesn't have algorithms," and it's another kind of Instagram-y type thing. So everything changes, and we have to stay up to date if we want to protect our kids. So with that being said, I hope you have a good day, and next week we'll come back together. Please feel free, after you check your app, the apps, feel free to comment what apps are down there so that I can take a look and see, so I can know next week what I need to be talking about. And if you have any questions, or if there's any apps you want to know about, type it down there and I will check those out. All right, so have a great week, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk about marriage. Okay.